paying their respect to a fallen struggle stalwart. Dr. Peter Magubane has been hailed as being one in a million, a man who tirelessly and actively fought apartheid, even going further and using his passion for photography to document the atrocities committed by the apartheid state. Like many of his peers, he experienced the brutality of the system. He was made to pay for his role in the fight against apartheid. Magubane endured police beatings and spent 586 consecutive days in solitary confinement. Paying tribute to him, Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture Zizigota said a lot can be learned from the likes of Magubane. He commended him for his bravery in liberating South Africa.
Nobody at that time would have thought a camera would make such a difference. Many at that time thought a stone will make a difference. Certainly Panya was one generation, believed that it's a stone that must hit a mellow yellow. But little did we know that powerful camera, the pictorial images that went throughout the world to show the injustices, could change the perception about South Africa. So we can never say it's enough, but we're happy that in the long list of recognitions, because one recognition is important, especially if you are recognized by your government, by your people. And I think there's a lot of education that we must learn from here.
Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi says giants of the struggle must be honored by including their work in school curriculums.
For the legacy to stand, we still want to argue very strongly that the history that our children are learning in our classrooms now must be overhauled. If that history does not have the name of Dr. Magubane, it's not history. If that history will not have Chris Hani, it's not history. If that history will not have Nelson Mandela, it will not be history. So we have to work very hard as this generation to rewrite and reposition the correct history. And that is why our call to make history compulsory still stands.
And for the Magubane family, his memory will live on.
We are also very proud that we are sharing our father with the whole nation. My father has done so much for the nation. He was very, very passionate about whatever he did. When it came to his work, when it came to his camera, everything else would stand aside.
I think my first memory of him was discovering me discovering that he was a photographer. I didn't know for a long time. To me, he was just my grandpa. And we had a book show and tell at school. And I found some of his books. The book that struck me was the June 16 books. I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, like, I've seen these photos before. And I saw his name there. So I asked my mom, like, is this Opa? And she said, yes, that's his book. He's a photographer, you know. So I was like, very excited to take that book to school and show everybody that, oh, my grandfather takes all these pictures that we've all seen.
Meanwhile, Lesufi says they have requested the presidency to accord Magubane a special provincial funeral. SABC News, Johannesburg.